As we continue in our Lenten theme of denial and delivery, thus far we have considered Simon Peter, who denied Jesus due to personal fear, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed Jesus due to his own personal agenda. Today we turn our attention to Pontius Pilate, who sold Jesus out because of misused power. In some senses, you have to feel for Pilate. He was serving as prefect, chief ruling officer, of a region where no Roman governor wanted to go, Israel. The people there were incredibly difficult to govern, so singularly committed to the God of Abraham and their religious traditions that they simply refused to be open to any middle ground where everyone could coexist peacefully. Pilate did not ask them to give up their belief in the God of Israel, but simply to offer similar respect to Emperor Tiberius, who, according to Roman tradition, was endowed with godly powers. But every faithful Jew knew that the law decreed, "You shall worship the Lord your God, and none other shall you serve." Likewise, though Tiberius was emperor and Pilate was prefect, these Jews also had another leader, in fact, other leaders, King Herod, High Priest Caiaphas. And whenever they felt Rome was intruding on their spiritual loyalties, a revolt was threatened. Pilate had been sent there to keep the peace, which was an almost impossible job. But he knew, should the peace not be kept, Tiberius would banish him to the political Netherlands. So, when Jesus, a popular rabbi with a large and devoted following, was brought before him and charged with being a traitor, and a riot seemed potentially to be on hand, Pilate was in a pickle. He knew that Caiaphas had sent Jesus to him. But wanting to avoid conflict, Pilate tried to pass him off to Herod, saying, "This is a matter for you to decide." But Herod sent him back, claiming that Jesus was a threat to Rome. Meanwhile, Pilate's wife was whispering in his other ear, "Take no action against this innocent man, for much has been revealed to me about him in a dream." Pilate tried as hard as he could to defuse the situation. "What evil has this man done?" he asked. "I find no wrong in him. Let me give him a sound beating and send him away." "Are you the chosen one?" he asked Jesus, giving Jesus a chance to say no and put the whole matter to rest. But instead, Jesus turned the question on Pilate, answering, "You have said so." Herod's demands in one ear, his wife's warnings in the other, the judging eye of Tiberius watching how Pilate would respond, and Jesus silently backing Pilate into a corner. And here's the interesting thing. At the very end, Pilate used his power to sign the death warrant. But he used that power because he had been outmaneuvered into a place where he felt powerless. He even poured water over his hands and said, "I wash my hands of this matter. His blood is on the rest of you." But as with Lady Macbeth, no matter how often he cried out, "Out, out, damned spot," the blood remained on his hands. Pilate, you see, was the only one who had the power to put Jesus to death or to set him free. And ultimately, he had to decide how to use that power, either to stand up for truth and honor and do the right thing, or to protect himself and do the wrong thing. We all know the choice that Pilate made and how forever after he has been remembered not for his power, but for his weakness and his failure. Okay, think about these two questions. One, how is power sometimes abused? Professionally, politically, personally. Why does that ordinarily occur? Second, what safeguards could someone with power take to make certain that it, power, is used appropriately? I'll see you next week.